Blessings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm the one and only Mr. LP Stephen Sykes up in Live and Global Media. I pray everybody's enjoying themselves today in this wonderful, warm, hot weather. And for some of you, it may be raining a little bit, but we are going to make it work and have a lot of fun. First and foremost, thank you for joining. And I have two wonderful, beautiful, intelligent ladies that's along with us. First and foremost, I have Miss Nika Walston. This is the lady that does so many wonderful things in the mental health and so many other different areas in our communities. She also owns her own bank and gives out nice private loans with only 1% interest. So please let her, I'll allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, Stephen. Hello, everyone. I am Anika Wilson. I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Virginia. Hi, Queen. I am here with my
Hi,
wonderful,
Queen.
Miss Rossip. Love her. Stephen, good to see you.
Not a problem. And also my lovely dear friend of mine who's also always tells me what to do, who's also the one that if you have any trouble in the world, please do call. I do not know all the answers. I take all my answers from her. This is the one and only Queen Raw Silk, Arthur Tracy
Good
Harper.
evening, everybody. Glad to be here again with you. Looking forward to great conversation. Um, I checked out that intro, Anika. I want to say to him, why you ain't got no sisters on the wall, Sal? Where the sisters at? Where the women at?
Not one woman, but I'm not. We're not going to discuss it. That's probably not tonight's topic, right?
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Listen. I will for my own self defense. I just want to let it be known that I've been available, but whoever approaches me comes to me. I don't care about color. I never cared about the money, the height, the status, but that seems to be the thing today. Whoever comes my way comes my way. I'm just going to leave it like that. Last I checked, the only money that seems to matter these days is green and that spends. So I don't know, and my bank account don't say Anika Walston. So until that happens, I'll do what I
You're
got to
not
do.
doing him.
Not today. Okay, go ahead, Stephen.
Okay, I just want to let you know. But welcome home, everybody is locked in today. And I'm of course the one and only Mr. LP. Now, listen, tonight we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to play what I call a little bit of fact or cap, and also we're going to another thing we're going to call react and break it down. And we're going to hold these viral lies up to the light and see what's really real. But hear me before we start. The same phone that entertains you is being utilized to divide you. Every single day, the timeline hands you a brand new reason to be mad at each other, a new clip, a new gotcha, a new fight between us, and so many more. And while we're busy dragging our own people down in the comments, laughing, joking, whatever. And if you're going to call people to the fire, let it be for something real, not something stupid like, the kitchen in the hair or something else. The folks who actually hold the power never actually get a scratch. They really don't. So we have become the people that will fact check a stranger but forgive the system. That's really true. I want to say that again. We have become the people that fact check a stranger but forgive a system. Who will tear our own quicker down than we build our own? Not tonight. So tonight we're going to come up with some lies, come up with actually the truth to some of these lies, some information or stories, viral information that's not really being told the truth out there, and we want to laugh without losing love. We tell the truth and we tell it to lift people up, but not to the level of I got them and all these other different things. So sit up, grab your pen and pencil, pull up somebody to the stream, share, like, call your grandma, call your cousin, everybody else in between, and drop a blessing in the chat. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please forward in the chat and comments. We're going to definitely get it in because they told us the revolution would not be televised, but you know what? It's going to get live streamed tonight. So we're going to make it work. But our first thing today is I don't know if some of y'all have heard about the situation with this Asian American person that had a lot to say regarding our stores and stuff. So what I'm going to do is, before I ask Miss Rosso, have you heard about Jamal Bryant and this Asian American gentleman?
No.
Hmm. And Miss Walston?
No, I have not.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to share this audio here, and let me let you know what's going on here. And
Okay.
this for people to see here.
The Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the
I'm
Hyundais,
sorry,
all
for
your car
whatever reason,
electricians.
let's start to refresh it. There we go.
Oh, is this the guy who, when they
Yep.
said boycott? Yeah, I seen him.
Okay. All right.
We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
So let me
Wow.
yes, that was a interesting thing. So going forward with that, Jamal Bryant and quite a few different people had something to say about it. Before I comment on that and give the information, Ms. Walston, what do you think about this?
I'm actually kind of just baffled. Well, no, not baffled. I'm not shocked. I kind of see it. I'm not offended by it, right? I guess the only caveat to that would be how I'm gonna say it. Uh, yeah, go black people go create your own communities, right? If everything is built in China and whatnot, go figure out. Like I'm not angry with that, right? So, but the problem that I'm having is he said this for a reason. Did someone attack the Asian culture before I start going into whether or not he's
Yes.
right or wrong?
So
They
what
did attack
happened
him.
is,
Okay.
the Asian man who shot the young black child in the back, um, from leaving his store. He thought he had stole something. I think it was a bottle of water, and he got
Okay.
away free. He didn't get sentenced or whatever. They dropped the charges and everything and stuff. He walked out of court scot free with no charges. So at that time, then the charge became, let's boycott Asian businesses, because let's face it, the majority of them do come into our neighborhoods and treat us like we don't belong there. They follow you all around the store, hurry up and buy, has always been the customary. So that's where that stems from.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
let me give a little bit of context. Jamal Bryant jumped into this and squarely, he as an Asian creator, well-known content creator, apparently, telling to stop buying businesses and so forth. So Jamal Bryant reposted it and challenged his followers to test whether Asian-owned businesses really don't need black dollars. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
here's Let me add a little bit of nuance to this
Mm.
because I don't think people understand. For a long time, and even to this day, there are several measures in place where if you are in certain areas of the world, especially either in India, the Middle
Mm-hmm.
East, and also certain countries in Southeast Asia, if you decide to open up a business and come here to America and then open it in certain areas, we will give you a discount. And especially if the bank encourages you to change your name, do other different things and so forth to open up in these areas, and also encourage you to play spy in these areas or what have you. But they give this impression, and also the whole model Asian citizen type of theory, that you are now white adjacent by doing so. You are one of us, when in actuality, you're not. And it's very bad, harsh, because also you have um, other both the African black community, and I say that loosely in terms of not to be homogenous, but in the black community and Asian community are the two biggest diverse communities out there. That's existing to this day. Not excluding the Asian American tribes. But we have so to throw everybody underneath the bus in the Asian community, I don't want to do that in all the different countries. I'm not going to throw, um, for the lack of a better word, heck, I'm not going to throw Russian, and I'm not going to throw someone in the middle of Pakistan or what have you, or even someone, Guam, all these different things that's in our various Asian communities underneath the bus, and especially the fact that many, especially in the last 40 years, many of our cultures are intermixed and have marriages and children amongst each other, and including our military.
What the fuck you doing, dude?
So let's keep that in mind. Will be not us, us commentators, but as an overall community, let's keep that in mind. That said, it's disturbing. Somebody, a lot of Asian business people are hurt because they feel like they're being thrown in the bus and what have you. And there are a lot of Asian communities out there that have done these things, and I get it because many of us in our community feel like, well, as soon as somebody down the street about the store, they blame every other black person in the community, and we faced this for years. And so, what is it to you? And I get that, and there is some truth to there is a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, I'm not going. It's wrong. I don't think he's trying to speak for the whole entire Asian community, and that's really really bad because you're looking at 2 to 3 billion people. So that's really wrong to
And
do.
different cultures in the Asian community. Like,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's wrong to do so. To do that just as much as if I was sitting for all black communities, but there's blacks in Russia, France, throughout Europe, Iceland, what have you. So everybody's experience is not the same, but we all still fight the same troubles. They hate the system, hates you as much as they hate us, and everything else. It's just this. It's just dress given a different dress, and they are also teaching you what a lot of people don't speak about, and maybe not so much us because I'm not Asian, full Asian or anything, but there's a lot of hatred in those communities as well. It's not. You can ask any of those other cultures and those podcasts from around the world the fight that they go through. Especially, there's still countries and people and tribes that still try to bury Asians that has the same skin tone as me. They really hate that. So there's a lot that goes on in within that. That said, at the end of the day, we all going to end up needing each other at some point somewhere down the line. We have our own communities and banks and other things? Definitely we do, because it serves the need that other organizations don't. We don't have the banks to give us the loans, and understand the fact that no, the measure and the bar that you said that we have to have a home and all these other things. Majority of people and cultures in our BIPOC communities are not going to achieve those things because we weren't given the access. Especially when the individual Black American is at most is worth about on average 45,000, but the individual white American is worth almost 250,000. That's just not the case. And then when we talk about white privilege, are too many of the working class white Americans think we're saying every white person is rich. No, it's just that you don't face the same issues that that everybody else do. That's the privilege. We're not saying every white person has a silver spoon, but you do not face the same issues all the time as we are. Now, I'm not saying we're better. I'm not saying you're better. Where last I checked, we all bleed blood, but how we bleed is different, and that's the issues that we have to face going forward. Silk, your thoughts?
Okay. So you gave me a lot. I happen to agree with everything he said. I'm not offended by anything that he said because what I
Mhm.
took away from that is the truth. We need our own shit. Bottom line, the fact of the matter is we keep having these conversations and we keep entrusting people and going to people. We keep going to the plantation owners and asking them to do right by us. We keep inviting people. We know that if a black woman opened up a salon to do manicures and pedicures or whatever, they're not going to get the support or it's either gonna be twofold. They're not gonna get the support, or the prices is gonna be so high that they're gonna try to beat us in the head and triple and double up the prices. And so, from what I took away from that is the message that should have always been the message for us: buy black, have our own, create our own banks, create our own establishments and our own businesses. Yes, we can't cluster everybody together. I totally agree with that. But the reality of it is that more than 80% of the time, when you go into an Asian shop, you are not treated very well. Okay, you're not treated very well. You're treated as a criminal from the time that you walk in the door. You're watched, you're looked at, you're followed around the store. That's historically, that's not a myth. Okay, and we allow people to come into our neighborhoods and open up businesses, and we patronize them, but we can't even get respect in those stores or whatever. So I don't never begrudge anybody for speaking on how they feel and how they perceive. Maybe it was the way he delivered the message, but I don't think what he said was anything that people who are true pro-black hasn't been saying for the long time. We need to do our own stuff, and just think about it. He's one of how many people who feel the way that he felt and say, but he was just bold enough to go before a camera and say it. But how many feel that way? I think the other thing too, and me and you go round and round about this. I love you to death, but you always want to have a kumbaya session with everybody. Okay, like everybody. I know that I have a family that's very, very diverse, and I know that other cultures, they get together, they diversify, they have children, but somewhere in that bloodline is still a racist sitting there. Go, why the hell did you
Oh
choose
yeah,
them?
I agree with
Let's
you.
not
I
act
agree
like
with you.
that's not happening.
Oh
And
no,
so
I'm
I
not
just
saying that. Yeah.
yeah, so I just think, like I said, I don't know, like Anika was talking, but yeah, I'm not offended by anything that he said, because the reality of it is that we need to be self-sufficient. We need to be able to go. We should be able to go to those establishments if we choose to go to those establishments, but they should not be the 100%. Okay, they should not be that place that we go to. You and I know that we knew a young lady, Mr. LP, a while ago, that not only had her own hair store, she had her own hair line, and
Oh,
she went out of business because she couldn't get the support. And she had stuff that was better than the stuff that they sell in some of these beauty supply places. She went
exactly. I
straight
agree.
to Indonesia and get them or whatever, and could not get the support strictly because they would rather run to the beauty supply that's up the street or whatever and stuff. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
I
Chris,
agree
can
with
I
you.
say? Yeah,
Go
because I
ahead.
do have some. Because respectfully, I heard the first part of this where a child was shot in a store and the Asian man got off. If that's the hill we're dying on, we've been dead. I'm tired of hearing about these tragedies in this community, and then we want to get together and then figure out something to boycott. Go get a job.
Right,
Go fill out an
right.
application. Go put some stuff together. I'm not about to have these conversations over and over again with a people who just like to boycott because it's a good thing to do on a Monday.
Right,
Let's
and
find
vote.
something else to
Exactly.
do. Right,
Vote.
okay? You
Exactly.
like so if you don't even care about whether your front door is over there if you have one, why would you care about a child getting killed in the store? Children get killed in stores daily. We die daily by the hands of all these different things, and you want us to get upset because an Asian man decided to feel like saying something? We say stuff all the time and have no follow through.
No, exactly. My issue is that again, I don't want this man to be speaking for everybody, but we have no control for that of that.
He can speak
I
for everybody if he wants to, also, Stephen. Right?
no
Like
no
what?
he
Right.
no, but my
Show
thing
me,
is
but show me the video. Show me the video of an Asian person that's come out and said he doesn't speak for me. Show me that video.
Right. And I
there was a few. There was a few. I didn't get those, but there were a few, and there's a lot of comments out there. But obviously he's going to be right now. He's the boldest out there, or the one that just probably got picked up virally. But and he's not the only one that feels that way. Let's be
No, he's
honest here.
not.
But is
He's
he
not.
speaking for the Chinese community or the Korean community? or the Vietnamese
Chinese
community,
Korean,
or the
Taiwan,
Japanese. What community is he
Vietnamese.
speaking for? Right?
Right, right. It's all over. The issue is that, put it this way: they got to understand. People are not understanding on all sides of how you're being used. They're not understanding how you're being used to attack. The goal of the day is, as long as we're fighting each other and having these stupid issues and things like that, then we can't. Then the distraction is from the masses. As long as you realize that you're being used to obstruct your own community and the black community, as long as the black community is not understanding that you're being used by focusing on all the dumb stuff out there and not doing the things that Tracy and Anika is saying, that's the problem. And like getting the job, doing the votes, doing what you need to do, those are the things, and that's the real end of all of this that is not getting talked about and paid attention to. Very much so. And also, if anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, I really would love everybody to please feel free to join in. Which leads to the second thing here that I'm going to show up because I think that it is very, very important. I lost Silk. Hold on. Where are we at? Okay. Now, Miss Walston, you're familiar with the boycott that was going on with Target, correct? For a long time. Okay.
That was started by Jamal Bryant too, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, several other people, and I think he just end up becoming the face about it. Speaking the largest, but
Hmm.
let's. I want people. The question is, did it really work? Okay. So here's a video about it. I'm going to play for you.
How do you
Okay.
feel about the boycott today?
I mean, uh, just because one person says the boycott is over does not represent a whole movement, which is what the organizers have said.
When you started looking at the numbers and the amount of money that they were losing from the Target was losing from the African American community, when you took a look at what their earnings were for certain quarters, the boycott was having a major difference in terms of their income.
And it was a good example for other corporations that this is what could happen if these types of policies are implemented or if we are, as a community, forgotten about. But what made me sad was there's a little bit of progress, all that folks think that they're worth. Like, if you ask for 100% and they deliver 30%, you're like, "Oh, okay, that's good enough." I'm like, please don't let that be it.
That's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable to me.
That's unacceptable. Yes. So we're going to stay tuned. We're going to stay on this and we'll take a look. But I still want to know why he said that. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
so like, how much did he get paid? Well, I just want to. Maybe he has said he hasn't gotten paid anything, but you're right. There has to, because otherwise it doesn't make it make sense.
that yes, please
Somebody
make it
ask.
make sense. Yeah.
Somebody else in the
Yes.
comments.
And he's out there. He's been traveling around the country. He's been going various places. So, Reverend Brian, we want to hear from you too. We want to know what is it that makes you think that we should pull back on this boycott as well? How do you
All right, I'm back. Now, let me give a little bit of nuance here before we go any further. So, what happened is I played a video, and the question was, did the boycott for Target actually did work? And things, and that's where some people feel like, okay, did it really work? Did we really get what we needed from out the boycott and things? So, I wanted to know your thoughts.
So it did work, but this is my point, and I think it goes back to something that Anika said in the beginning. My question is, why do I need Jamal Bryant to tell me not to shop at Target because they don't know how to treat me as a person? Okay,
Mm,
I don't need Jamal Bryant or anybody else to tell me that or whatever. We all go out. We all have been into restaurants, right? And if I don't like the service, I don't go back. Okay, because my money counts, right? If I don't feel like you treated me right, if I felt like I was disrespected or the food quality wasn't right or whatever and stuff, like we always sit around and wait for someone to tell us, what, and then realistically it worked. But okay, black people black people can't unify on absolutely anything. Nothing. Okay, we just can't. Like, okay, so he says don't go to Target. We're gonna find 50,000 people to give us a reason why they could only go to Target to shop. If they say don't shop on Black Fridays, we go, well, they got big screen TVs on sale. I need to get a TV. We cannot unify on anything. This thing is like a joke. Okay, and so this is why we can't get any progress that's going on, because we can't even agree to boycott something. Like, it's just like absolutely crazy to me. It's like the time that's wasted. It's kind of like it goes back to something that me, you, and Anika talked about a while ago, when it says while other people are playing checkers, we're playing chess. We're always playing Monopoly or something. Like, I don't even know what game we're focusing on, because everybody else is strategic with theirs. I find it so hard to believe that with a race that built this entire country on its back, we cannot get together and unify and agree on absolutely anything. Blows me away.
It's designed that way because they want, as long as we stay divided, we do not have a way to unify and to take the government down for
But
or
there's some stuff, Mr.
implement
LP, that we
laws.
got to get to the point that we got to take accountability to. I
I
understand that
agree.
things have been planted out there. I understand that. I understand that there's things, but this whole crab in the barrel mentality and stuff
It's
that we get,
sickening.
and we'll rally and we'll go run and help other people. We'll run and take up other causes. We'll run and help other races with their foolishness, but we won't focus on our own.
I agree. Charity. But they say charity begins at home, and I agree with you. It needs to stop. Anika,
Did the boycott work for Target? Well, see, I haven't understood boycott since the bus and Rosa Parks, right? Because I thought boycott had an end result, right?
hmm
So if you're asking me if there was an end result at Target, I don't know what that was, right? So we talk about boycotting and now we can shop at it. Then why do we boycott, right? Because I thought the whole purpose was to take away money from them, right? So if I'm telling you you don't have to shop there for a year, just go give your money to Ross or Burlington or any other place that just hasn't publicly said, I don't want you Negroes. So did the boycott work? I'll make it very easy. No, it didn't, because we're not boycotting. We're casting ourselves for these wonderful moments so we can say we did something. Yes, we can.
I
Now
think that's a good point. That's a good point.
let me give you some fact numbers to this. Not to agree or not to disagree with what you're saying. I agree with you,
Mhm.
but let me give you some information because we always try to say tell the truth. Because
Mhm.
Target, the way Target's saying they can please stop. I believe before I read the stats, what the way this is coming off, and it feels as if somebody was paid because it was 3 years and it ended supposedly ended in March. The Target's foot traffic dropped 9% in February of 2025 and continued declining year after year through December, only by a marginal 1% uptake in October. Target ended fiscal 2025 with net sales down 1.7 or 1.8, $1.4 billion in the same stores as off 2.5%. College acknowledged. The retailer has attributed some of the sales losses to the backlash over the DEI decision, which is a rare corporate admission that a boycott actually moved the needle. Target began 2025 with a strong reputation rating, immediately dropped after the DEI rollback and included a vulnerable range of issues led by Pastor Jamal Bryant that led to a Target fast during Lent. Target confirmed it will fulfill its 2.1 billion commitment to spend with black-owned businesses by April 2026. Over 95% fulfilled. I don't believe that it was fulfilled. No way near.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah. Plans to maintain comparable investment levels in the community development financial institutions will launch a new HBCU partnership this fall of
Mm.
2026 at Southern HBCU and invested $10 million. I wish it was billion, but $10 million that help reopen Princeton Lewis College of Business and Design in Detroit. The
Mhm.
boycott ended only after new CEO Michael Federick renewed Target's commitment to black-owned businesses, supply diversity, and HBCUs at National Press Club news conference.
Mm.
Critical met with the boycott leaders in recent months, and analysis noted Target showed a willingness to engage and talk to stakeholders, which helped bring the matter to a conclusion. Economic pressures created direct access to the CEO. Now,
Mm.
Before you
I'm so
say
tired of
that,
people.
before
Okay, I'm so
before
tired of
yeah,
people bringing watermelon and chicken to a party and making sure that we eat right then and there. I'm so tired of it.
exactly.
I am so
And
thank
tired
you,
then,
of this
thank you.
song and dance. Of this, no, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Queen. I
No, no, go
no,
apologize.
right
you
ahead.
are
Go right ahead.
100%. You
Go
said
right
exactly
ahead.
what I.
That,
You said
that,
exactly what I was going to say. But the other question that I had is, okay, who are the boycott leaders? Like, I don't even remember getting called to the meeting. I don't remember getting called to a meeting saying, okay, are we voting for Jamal Bryant? Are we voting for, like, I didn't get that memo. So who are the boycott me? Just like you just said in the previous segment, like this guy can't speak for all Asians and he can't speak. You can't just self appoint yourself as the leader of this boycott and like so you march into your own drum like I didn't pick you. Like who voted for you? Who are the leaders of this boycott and why?
Right. And why are there leaders to a boycott to a store? We can't stand an agreement to make sure that our children have health care and lunches, and you want me to boycott whether or not I can afford an outfit or some body spray.
At
I find
Target.
it's absolutely ridiculous. And then you're going to dangle chicken and watermelon and tell me to come back to your store because I can't afford it in the first place. These
first of
conversations are
all,
nonsensical.
now, first of all, but they're nonsensical, but they be needed to happen. Okay. Now, let's back up to something here. How do we? So let's say, like you said, we should be able to boycott without a leader. But for the sake of argument, let's say we have to have a leader. How do we even go about developing, choosing, developing, and recognizing that without a system in place? Because keep in mind, people, NAACP, sorry, King would not have worked without, and I'm not speaking ill of the great man, but King would not work without the NAACP and the infrastructure behind it. Everything has to have an infrastructure. Anything. So to me, logically speaking, and if I'm trying to take to help those who can't, those who refuse to see color and understand color, logically, and if you took all the emotion out of it, just as a function, as a practice, where was the mechanisms behind it? Where was the information? Because the numbers that's Target saying that they lost is that's just really the information that they're willing to share. Let's be honest with you. It's probably maybe worse. Let's also keep in mind the fact that sadly, and which is our fault at this moment, to be honest, there are communities where that's the only store. There's a lot of areas in this country that there's no Walmart, but there's a Target. And then especially in the South, there's nothing but
What part of
there's
the
nothing.
country have you been in? Because I
Thank
ain't
you.
been
You
to
will
a
find a
place
Well,
yet.
hold on,
Walmart
hold on,
somewhere.
I
hold on.
haven't been nowhere that there's not a Walmart.
No,
Period.
Somewhere. Family Dollar, Dollar
there,
Tree.
no, I didn't tell you. I
Dollar.
didn't get there. Now in the
Man,
South,
listen, everywhere we
now
go, see,
hold
he's
on.
tripping.
There's a lot of places, and then also in the South, there's a lot, and then sadly in the South and then in the woods, heck, unfortunately, even down the street in Dinwiddie or Pretty G County, whatever, there's no stores, there's not even grocery stores, but there's Dollar General and Family Dollars with all these stuff. So, and that's where I say as a sidebar where we don't do enough action and our inaction of making sure that we don't have these food deserts in these areas is sad. So we don't have to rely.
I agree with you about the food desert, but the one thing that I will never agree with you about that Walmart is
Everywhere.
everywhere. You can get to
Walmart.
Walmart and Walmart has outpaced Target. There is no way that you're going to tell me that Target is the store of priority in an area because of a desert of food that's BS. I
No,
have found a
actually, there
Walmart
is.
everywhere that I have gone. I have found, even in the Virgin Islands, I found a
Yes,
Walmart.
there's several, but no, but there are actually. I'm sad to say, and I'm not happy about it. But there are places there. We have a lot of food deserts, and now there's way more
I
WalMarts
agree
and
with
way
the
more
food
Krogers.
desert. I said Walmart.
I
Name
know,
me
but
that
hear me.
place where there is not a Walmart.
There,
Exactly.
Well, okay, there's a lot of places there's not a Walmart within 30 to 40 miles. Heck,
No,
even
that's a difference. That's a difference. Okay, when you say that there's not a Walmart, there I agree with you. There may not be one right around the corner from you. You might have to drive 20 miles. So okay, I'll give
yes,
that to you. But Walmart is never going to be paced. And if you recall, Anika brought up a point. Target was formulated, the whole formula of Target, the
was
reason why
based
they
off of
call it Target is because it was supposed to be a more upscale version
Walmart.
of Walmart. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Target
Walmart was
has
supposed to be
never
for
been
poor
a
people.
necessity. Target
No,
has never been a necessity. And if you're paying attention, truly paying attention, you could go in any Walmart now and they have completely changed their structure
right,
of
because
their
they got
store where it looks exactly like Target.
no, I got that. No, I got that. And also with the price changing machines, dynamic pricing that they got going on that I've been trying to tell people for the past year that's coming. I never mistaken my words. I'm never saying that Target, first of all, there's way more Walmarts than Target. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of areas, and there are some areas where there's Target over Walmart. Now, that's not me saying I agreeing with Target. That's not what my point is that the numbers that Target's putting out there is BS. Because again, they saying they 95%. That's a lie. If Target was back up to the 95%, which first of all, it wasn't a whole lot to begin with. Let's keep honest here. It wasn't like they say they were support, but Target was not never the biggest supporter, the largest supporter of black owned businesses and products. Okay, that they were basing off of that of other stores. So that's one. And then for that little percentage, and they saying they back up to nearly 100%. That's a lie. I can tell you that for a fact. I got a person right next door to me right there that can tell you that's a lie. Because you would be, if that was the case, black businesses would be banging down the doors left and right of Targets and saying, let us in if you was actually that back of the way. So there's
I've
no
never
way
even
they're
seen a crowded Target store. I'm sorry. I have never seen a
no,
crowded
I'm talking
Target
about if
store ever.
no, if and there maybe not in here, but there are other places. But the thing is, and then like you said, now the clothes and stuff like Walmart got rid of, or let me rephrase that. In some areas they got rid of their George collection, and then they only started. They upgraded their stuff because they wanted the stuff to look like Target, and they also wanted to look like JCPenney because what Walmart and Target's trying to do, we all know JCPenney's and Sears is closing and blah blah blah. They on their last legs. They're trying to do whatever they can to get those people in the store. Now, I'm sorry for the people who don't have any knowledge. Learners, Bambergers, Macy's, Sears, JCPenney is not coming back to the strength anymore. I'm sorry. The 70s, 80s, and early 90s is gone out of it. They were
States are
late to the
gone.
market. They were late to the market in terms of technology and that served them right. That's just the way it is. But the 60-year-old, 70-year-old parents are gone, or they alive. They have to go online or have to go to Walmart. The 60-year-olds are not the 60-year-olds of back in the day. But you would see the 60-year-olds and golden girls that look like housewives of today. So they look like trying to dress and look like 30-year-olds. So it's not going to be the same. But what I'm saying is that these days they're not back to this level of black businesses that they're putting out there. This is a lie. And I want people to lie. And then the aspect of you got this school to open up. Which school was it? I'm sorry, in Detroit, which was the Pencil Lewis College of Business and Design. So you gave them $10 million. Thank you. Don't get me wrong, $10 million is not a lot. Is nothing to sneeze at, and I appreciate that. But that's not even 1% of your budget and things of actually saying that you committed. Because
Exactly.
let's keep in mind. Let me go back up here to say your net sales, not gross, net after profits. Okay, your net 1.7 of your net sales was $104 billion. So, okay, so what?
And it
So
she said
so
low hanging fruit. Low hanging fruit.
exactly.
We always accept the low hanging fruit.
If you
I mean,
gave
because
me, if,
realistically, Walmart should be given to every HBCU in their area. because there's one everywhere.
Right, here's the crazy fact. Now, if you said $10 billion, I'll sit up. Okay. Now you really, and they will probably be the richest black college known to history, but $10 billion. But I'm saying, what is that? Literally, what is just to drop $10 billion off your back? That's not even. That's
That's the
barely 10%.
watermelon and the chicken that I spoke about earlier in this
Thank you.
conversation. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
don't like again. So
Mhm.
it sounds like a lot of money. That's why you could give a kid $1 million right now, and they would think it's a lot of money. They wouldn't even understand
Hood
inflation or
rich.
economy or anything. That would be hood rich. But again, if the boycott worked, we wouldn't be having conversation about their quarterly amounts. They would be closed like Macy's or Sears or whoever you just named. That's how a boycott works.
Hello, that part.
That's it,
That
right?
part.
Ding ding
So,
ding
right.
ding.
So you don't have to read me numbers if we want to hurt them. Like, so then apparently it's not black people just shopping at Target. So then just let the people who are
Exactly.
not black shop at Target. And hey, let's get an idea together and see if we can put together a store, if that can happen, right?
The thing about it is, I know it hurt them. It's just that two
So
things
what?
can be true. No. Two things can be true here. Okay,
Right.
well, three. With one, we know they got hurt, but two, they're not going to admit the truth of how much they hurt. Three, you are not giving all this money back to black colleges and businesses as you claim you are. And then just because you say you gave $10 million, was it $10 million all at once, or did you prorate it out the next 10 years? You just so you can make it sound good because it sounds good on initial paper. Okay, good. Ball it
But
up,
I think
job
you need
done.
to
Next
go
thing.
back
But when
to
they hurt
Anika's
though,
point. Right. I think Anika's point, seeing it from her perspective, oh, my phone just died.
okay, right. So being hurt. So I hear you're saying that they're being hurt, but we're talking about minute pieces of money, right? Also, they don't want to be smeared. So are they hurt? Are they in the back having a conversation as we got to get ahead of this? Are they having those conversations that we see in the movies? Are you
Well,
really hurt because black people are not shopping in your store? Seriously, right? Are you going
exactly.
to so let's not this whole thing about whether or not it's the wrong conversation to care if they were hurt. Do you care if they were hurt? Because
No,
what we should be telling black people to do is find another store. We
no,
don't need
of
to be
course.
boycotting in places we're not wanted.
No, because it should never. Like you said before, to your point, A, we should need some type of big leadership, and B, if you're doing your job, it wouldn't matter how much money they losing. It's going to be done. It's going to be done for. And then now you brought a CEO to bring in and what have you, and met with people and all this other stuff. Was this announced? Was this televised? All these different things. Let me give a first of all, let me give a shout out to Miss Chang. Thank you so very much for supporting and watching us. Miss Chang made a comment. Food deserts are all over the world. As for Walmart, there is a documentary speak to that is about the number of population in one area required before they open one up in the area. Yes,
Mm.
that is true. You have to have a certain amount of money and percentage in the area, and also you got local laws and resolutions that prevent certain things that goes into situations like this. So that's the case. Now I don't understand why she bounced when she done took all my, like the sign says, she got my lunch money, but she can't keep the phone internet connected. I don't know what's going on, but
I also want to go back to your leadership discussion too, because you talking about how do we get leaders in this construct and this structure, right? Have we asked, does anybody want to lead? And then what are we leading, right? Or should we, number one, take care of our households first, and then maybe by example in our households that can kind of spiral out? Because
they
I don't know what leadership you want out of these people who love to be on TV and social media.
no no no
Where's
no
your
no no no.
leadership at, right?
No,
Okay.
I agree with you. I was just saying that why does it? We and Tracy talk about this all the time. When the map was already there, why do we have to keep falling back to? I understand falling back to leadership. I understand that there's a natural inclination within some adults and youth that we need some type of leadership. And I understand that there needs to be a process in place, but not everything requires that. Now, the question that you asked also was asked in the 50s and 60s when King is in X in the Black Panther, why we need this person. They didn't ask me if they could become the leader when it came to Sharpton, Jackson, King, whomever. So those are some questions that you
Yeah,
that
but
asked
the
them.
difference
And
is that you see action and you see substance, like
thank you.
Anika said. The thing about it is, like, I was laughing when I came back on here because I could just see Jamal Bryant waving his black arm, going, "The boycott is over."
But the
Go
boycott
on,
is
just
over. The
start
boycott is over.
converging, start off running to Target. So
Mm,
I,
mm,
I
I'm like,
agree.
that is truly funny to me.
No,
You know, like,
I agree with you. I agree
remember
with
the
you.
scene in The Wizard of Oz when, like, Wiz, like, you all may now go shop at Target.
right, no,
Exactly.
right.
Good. Come now.
Okay.
And let me be fair to him. He does wonderful things in his church. I've seen the stuff I want him to stay in that vein. If we don't, Target is just not the target, right? Like, just like you,
You're
I
wrong
feel
for
like
that. You're
that
wrong
should
for that.
be something. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, so I'm not here to ruffle feathers, but we're talking. I need you to know that we're putting all of our energy in a conversation about a place that most people can't afford right now
Ex-
and probably never if we stay in the state that we're in.
Oh,
Okay,
most
have you gone in
definitely.
there to see a pair of socks? Have you ever been in a Target, right?
Oh,
Like, you
exactly.
can't dress air in a Target. So I'm trying to figure out why it's the Target. I just need to
No,
understand.
the goal, like I said, fact or fiction, the reaction, everything else, because of the fact that it needed to be put out there and the facts that we're putting out there. And I laid it on a line. I laid it out there for you for the exact response that I know you intelligent ladies will offer because of the simple fact of the fact these lies and the manipulation that's thrown out there. And in order to convince people that things are done, the work is over, the work is over. No, it's not. And there's more that needs to happen. Let me move on to the next one because this one's really going to get you and things of that nature. So there was I can't see now. There was a series of videos that's being pushed out, especially heavily in the Midwest, regarding our people of color and also the SNAP benefits. Have y'all ladies heard about this? The
No,
fake,
sir, I have not.
the fake. Okay, so what happened is there's several AI rage bait videos of black women loudly misusing EBT cards that went viral and sparked outrage. And foolishly, there are people who believe these things are out there, and it's pure manufactured rage content to address the image of how obviously the misuse of AI, but more importantly, the money should not be going out there because of all it is a bunch of black women misusing. Let me post the video for this. Well, before I do that, let me make sure Silk gets back on here. Silk, are you there, ma'am? She is coming. She is coming down the line. Okay, so we're gonna go play this video real quick. Sorry, the Nika, you sitting up there looking at me like, what's wrong with me? Okay, here we go. If you can't hear everybody, please do let me know.
Story about something called digital blackface. That's when a creator uses an AI generated video to drive racially charged misinformation on social media. The videos, like this one, have sparked outrage about who benefits from the SNAP program. Channel 2's Audrey Washington went to Emory University in DeKalb County to find out why professors call the videos dangerous.
And these AI generated videos are pretty disturbing. They actually flood our timelines every day. Now, some AI experts are explaining why these videos are spreading misinformation.
What's wrong with the car? It ain't working nowhere.
You've probably seen them before, those social media videos showing mostly Black women complaining about losing their SNAP benefits. This video shows a Black woman wearing a bonnet and screaming about losing her EBT card. But AI experts tell me the videos are fake, just AI generated images used to spread misinformation. Emory University professor Rajiv Garg.
It is blinding people in our decision-making capabilities, in making the right judgments.
Right now, there are hundreds of these racially charged AI videos, otherwise known as digital blackface, circulating on social media. AI experts say the videos became popular when the government shut down and people lost their SNAP benefits. Morehouse College associate professor Dr. Adria Welcher says the videos perpetuate a stereotype.
This trope of sort of the welfare mother being associated with Black women has been incorrectly perpetuated for decades now. What we know is that Black women are not the largest percentage of American citizens represented who are receiving SNAP benefits.
In fact, according to the Pew Research Center, 62% of SNAP recipients are white, while 27% are Black. Asian Americans make up just under 4% of SNAP recipients.
As opposed to building alliances, we're continuing to separate and further distance the population that needs this support.
Monday, I asked what can be done to stop the fake videos.
You actually need good AI to fight back against bad AI.
We need stronger policies that can govern how these models are being used.
Again, and those AI experts told me that it is important that policies are made in this situation and that more people know the difference between real and fake. And we are here in DeKalb County tonight. I'm Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Where do you be finding this stuff at?
And then want me to comment on it, and then get mad because of something that I'm gonna say out loud. Okay, go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay, first of all, I laugh at these things because it's sad the fact that there are such large amount of people, and we're talking about millions, that actually still believe this mess. And this is why I posted these things out, because these are the lies, the myths, everything else that's pushed out there. And to the point, what's in that stat is the Latin American community is not even in the top, as a whole, is not even in the top 3 and things. And there's more of them than there are of us, the Black people. So it's like, you see how different, people are working together to make some things happen. But why are people believing this? And also, this was even more so, is our own people of color are believing these lies and so forth. So I'll let you go ahead.
Well, okay. First of all, I guess to your point, people would have to be AI educated. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm just going to be ugly about it, if our people start walking around in damn pajamas and bonnets and stuff like their outfits in spaces that they're not supposed to, maybe we wouldn't have these fake videos coming up. Okay, so the videos are being supported by the buffoonery that we put on a daily basis.
Thank you. You know me, I've been saying this stuff for the longest. It's like, let's look at the root of these situations. Why? And then we act like, because here's the one thing that we do that I don't see in other communities. Let me also be ugly with it. We love sitting up there. I don't hate on anybody that's receiving SNAP benefits, but we somehow love to glorify it, especially in our rap videos. If there's something to say, okay, if I am telling a story of how overcoming, my mom worked 2 jobs, my dad worked 2 jobs, we were still hurting, we were on food stamps, blah, blah, blah. I get that part. But now when you're glorifying it and making it for a rap video, and you got people taking EBT cards and showing it off in the videos and doing all these other things and glorifying, what's the problem? You don't see any other culture doing it and making this BS of foolishness about it. I don't get it. And things. It used to be, for some people, it took it as shame. You didn't want to let nobody know that you were sliding underneath the bread.
I think the sad thing, why they're showing this, the sad thing is that there are people across this country who food stamps are being stolen on a regular basis, who can't feed their families because the government can't seem to figure out. They could track down a damn IP address for a pedophile and everybody else, but you can't track down an IP address to find out who the hell is stealing these people's food stamps in Philadelphia, New York, and Miami. That doesn't even make any sense to me. That sounds like an inside job because I just don't even understand it. Like, how does the hacker know that Jane Doe's food stamps is going to hit on the 7th of the month and to be ready as soon as it hit to go ahead and steal it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? That just doesn't make any sense to me. And the fact that the government now is refusing to replace those benefits when they're stolen is just absolutely crazy to me. They should take out some insurance or something. So I don't think that these AI videos are funny because of that, because we know that for some babies, this is the only way that they're going to be able to eat. Okay. And especially with schools closed, which is usually where some of them get the best meal that they have for the day. And so I just think that that's I just wanted to mention that because it is real that people's food stamps are getting stolen or whatever. So this video, even though it may be foolishness, the reality of it is that on today, this is somebody's reality that they went to the supermarket to go grocery shopping and got to the register and their benefits have been stolen.
Exactly. Miss Walston?
I'm going to have you ask me that question again because, I always go off on the deep end. So ask me that question so I can make
No,
sure I
go
just
right on
answer.
ahead. Go right on ahead.
No, Stephen, what the question was about why are we upset about this AI or was
No,
this? Go
my
ahead.
question is that why are even our own people are foolish? Like, we should be able to recognize, first of all, we should have common sense. B, we should need AI experts and things like that. And C, why not even so much them, why our own communities are full of foolishness watching this. And also Ross said, how did Daniel Villa get in this video? Never mind.
Is he really in there?
No.
You know what?
He's being
Shut up.
simple. Yes. Okay. So
I got him. He's stupid.
Yeah, there's a whole problem. So here's the thing. So I don't even know if it's so much that people just believe the foolishness, right? But when you are not trying to have peace, when you're not trying to be productive, when you live in a complacent and a stagnant life, right? All you have is drama. So why not just join the drama bandwagon? I don't think this has anything to do with people not believing or believing, because guess what? You just go down to the Department of Social Service in most cases, unless they are being stolen. If that was a big deal, then we would actually hear about the people who are getting their things stolen. So we need to be mindful of not giving ploys, presents, right? That's AI. It's for entertainment.
Right. It is good. Sadly, the numbers are staggering, and the number of false reporting and everything else is staggering with it. It's getting up there. Let me also throw in some things for Cap and before we head out and things. Let me throw in some quick hitters here for Cap or facts and things. So right now, Evanston, Illinois has the first U.S. government funded reparations program.
For who?
Cap or facts?
Reparation program for who? That's gotta, you can't do that because
that ain't the point.
False.
That ain't the point.
False.
The point is fact or cap.
Is cap is that the slang word that the young people are using?
I
am 50 years old. Bring me back to it's the truth or a lie.
Come on, cap. Okay? Cap was used for the last 20 years.
That's a lie. Okay, don't do this with me. Don't listen.
Listen, just because look, everybody can't look like 25-year-old and be 55 like you. Okay, so it'll be fine with that. But now, Silk, cap or facts?
Cap.
Okay, you're both wrong. Fact. Launched in 2021, offering $25,000 to Black residents and descendants for the 20th century housing discrimination. Residents.
Now Google how many people that actually got their check.
And when
How
is
many
the check
people?
to go
How
out?
many people have they paid out? Yeah,
That part I did not finish checking yet and things, but it was
exactly.
He is so
Cap.
disrespectful with the
now,
partial facts.
but now let me finish giving it. Residents of any now also any here's the other foolishness in here that they want to, here's this, but we're going to also throw some little salt and pepper in the foolishness. Residents of any race, quote, quote, who face housing discrimination under the city policy after 1969 also qualify.
True.
And on June 16th of last week, a couple of weeks ago, the DOJ, under Trump's initiative, felt that too many black people were getting money. So they said they filed a federal lawsuit to halt it, to calling it unconstitutional.
Absolutely.
Cap.
And they that is fact.
No, that's why me and Anika said cap in the beginning, because you can say whatever you want. They ain't never giving black people no money. Stop. No.
Right. So if you say they initiate a program, I'll roll with you on the initiate a program. But was it two little black women in a church that initiated this? Because don't tell me people got on the panel and discussed it. Okay.
Exactly.
I think I believe it was a lot. I forgot the number, but I will.
No.
Okay.
So,
now the number I forgot the number of how many. I'll find that information for you. I will get that because I did forget that number. Please forget. Look, I'm willing to admit that. Now, let's see here. Okay, new federal stimulus checks are dropping in 2026.
No, they're not.
They've been promising them things or whatever to lead all the way up to the election, because they know black people vote for Trump when they get a stimulus check.
They want a check, and like a check that is just your tax money that they probably took from the first year that he was in administration. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know why $2,000 is not even rent these days, but that's fine. Go ahead. Let's move on. Right.
Okay, now also VUU Panther. Thank you so much, Marcus, for joining.
Thank you, Marcus.
He said,
"Hey, Marcus,
it was a lie." Don't tell me I got the so let me find out I got the swag today and things like that. So,
walking around saying cap, that's swag. Sir, we set the bar very low. If that is you giving the swag.
No,
okay?
that is not my everyday language or nothing like that. I don't sit there and say that now. Marcus J. First of all, let me give proper respect and salute Marcus J. Of she's ain't no half step of Legacy Internet Radio. I'm sorry, I just got a little tongue tied. Listen, Mr. Teeth makes it a little bit hard sometimes. I wanted to say it correctly. Leader of Legacy Internet Radio, which is not an service, but we still keep our information up and running on the website. Up on the Facebook page of Information and Great News, and we still got a lot of the shows that were from there, including this show. Thank you so very much. That spawned from it. We still publish some great information. So he's still actively jumping around interviewing.
VR because he was.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I want to because whenever because when I came out back, nobody would let me have my show, and when I did have it a couple other places, I was canceled. He let me have a show, so I thank him very much for that and things. I want to give respect.
Absolutely.
And things. So now this next one is similar to what, let's see where he is. Marcus said, thanks for shouting me out. You guys are very kind. I appreciate it. Hey, we gotta give the respect.
We appreciate you.
And things like that.
Kings, we appreciate you.
And Linda Chain says swag game over. Yeah, let's see why she gotta hate.
Listen. Anybody hate, you just talk about this swag, so we just listen. And if it's related to cat, it's not swagging.
just the level of hate we get these days. I'm sorry, but similar to what Miss Walson says, the IRS texted me a day. I received a text from the IRS saying that I'm going to get a $1,702 payment. Now we know that's not going to be the thing.
If they text you, you won't be getting it. You definitely get hacked, but you won't be getting that payment.
Exactly. If you open
Yeah, they texting now. They don't even want to answer the phone, but they texting.
$1,702 will be missing from your bank account. I know that much.
Absolutely, and everybody you know.
Exactly, that you forwarded to. Let's say, okay, my vote doesn't matter in local races.
Your vote doesn't matter in local races. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you lived in Virginia during November, during that time, your vote might have not mattered. But maybe it matters maybe in November again. So just in case, it sometimes matters because I'm not going to do that one either. So
not a problem.
False.
All right. Sickle cell is an interesting one. Sickle cell is a black disease.
Absolutely, and white people have it too.
Exactly. You know, that's what I try to tell people, things like that. Like, this is and it's hitting up. You know, the last I checked, Hispanics, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and South Asian families are also getting this very well. So it's a very sad situation that's heating up and things. So we go from there. What's her name? Miss Chang says is LOL, all love. I know she ain't saying that anything. Also, one thing I want to talk about that came up is that high blood pressure is a black man and it's just genetic, nothing you can do. That's a lie. We could reverse it. We could do a whole bunch of other different things that to help change. So there's a lot that goes on with that. I want to give you two more quick things today that I know a lot of people are not even talking about. So I'm gonna that is very important today in history. And July 2nd, 1964. Who know what today is about?
July 2nd, 1964. Okay, so that's before Martin Luther King, a little bit after Malcolm was, and so then couldn't be Ken. I don't know. No, that was okay. I don't have any idea.
Well, Silk knows. She, you know, I won't tell Silk.
If you say Silk was born before, please wait for her.
You know
right?
what?
Let's wait.
I
for
can't
her.
wait to get my
Ken.
hands on him.
Come on, my queen. I'm waiting for this one. Queen, sis, I'm waiting.
Well, I'm gonna play the video here. So we can.
Oh, Rand, I left my food in the car.
Okay.
Is that Lyndon?
Yep.
BlackFacts.com presents the Black Fact of the Day for July 2nd. Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. In the landmark 1954 case Brown v. Board of Education, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that racial segregation in schools was unconstitutional. The 10 years that followed saw great strides for the African American civil rights movement, as nonviolent demonstrations won thousands of supporters to the cause. Led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the civil rights movement had been gathering force. John F. Kennedy made passage of a new civil rights bill one of the platforms of his successful 1960 presidential campaign. In early 1964, House supporters overcame the Rules Committee obstacle by threatening to send the bill to the floor without committee approval. Passage of the act was not easy. House opposition bottled up the bill in the House Rules Committee. In the Senate, Southern Democratic opponents attempted to talk the bill to death. The act outlawed segregation in businesses such as theaters, restaurants, and hotels. It banned discriminatory practices in employment and ended segregation in public places such as swimming pools, libraries, and public schools. This document was the most sweeping civil rights legislation since Reconstruction.
I know it may seem a little bit unnecessary, but it was very important that we recognize the importance of this today. Before I continue, Ms. Chang says, "Cat, sometimes one vote is the one that tips the scale." Amen. Most people in today's world are BIPOC due to colonization. Thank you very much. City Speaks. Appreciate you for joining. It's not about the vote alone. It's the actual engagement piece that could be everything from getting those committee meetings, public board meetings, emails, all representatives. Yes, call representatives. Yes. And then thanks for the repost reminding us that this landmark 1964 civil rights bill that ironically Jim Crow 2.0 is relentless in destroying. Amen. Amen. I don't think it's Jim Crow 2.0. I think it's Jim Crow 19.6 at this point.
Well, it's very interesting because did you notice it was the Democratic opponents then? Now it's the Republican opponents. Isn't
Right,
it
because it switched sides. People can't. I love it.
They don't know that though, but I wish someone would share that information.
Yeah, they love throwing that in the face, and I'm sitting here. It's like it's not a matter about I'm a Democrat, Republican. I don't care. It's the fact that they switched. Learn your history, folks. That's all. But what do you? Before I continue on with the last point, what did you ladies think about that? Okay, people actually
about what the video?
Yeah, Project 2025. That's all I kept thinking about when I saw that is Project 2025, and like it's almost sad, but then the way my brain ticks is that was this by design? Was in 1964 the plan for 2025, right? Like, did at some point somebody say we don't have to keep this for too long? At some point we can raise this again and we can get it out the way. Like, how long have you been plotting this? Because the people that brought this are old and they look very colonized, right? So I'm wondering, have y'all been waiting for this baby to shake and rattle and roll? That's just my 2 cents.
Exactly. Silk, your thoughts? Okay. All right.
I'm here or whatever. Yeah, I didn't want y'all to see me walking out the car. But no, I agree with what Anika said. I agree with everything that she said.
Okay. The last point thing is I'm always trying to end things with a little bit of history. A couple of things. Now, people are into traveling, learning a little bit more about our cultures and things like that. And I know people get mad at me about it, but I'm very much also not just about our culture here in America, but also we exist everywhere. And I'm always trying to show people that we exist everywhere in countries all across the world, regardless of what you may think. So the one place I want to talk about, if you get a chance to go do travel, and I know everybody want to follow us on TV, Housewives, everybody want to go to Cabo, everybody want to go to Dubai, but everybody want to go to Ibiza, but people don't think about the other places out there in the world that's available. So I want to introduce everybody to the wonderful museum of Kura Hollanda, Hollanda Museum. Now, Stephen, where the hell is that? Okay, and
exactly.
And is there a package that comes with that museum, or is the museum all the package? Just go.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you ladies take a quick guess without typing on your computers where this museum is.
What's the name of it again?
It is called Kura Hollanda Museum.
Kura Hollanda. I'm about to say something
Thailand.
stupid like
nope.
I was going to say India.
Nope.
Indonesia.
No. Nope.
Hawaii. I don't know.
Okay, you're what is Western Hemisphere? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Marcus J. You're on Marcus J. I know you're a traveler. I'm not sure if you went here or not, but I know you mentioned some other museums around the world in the past.
I need to Google because
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll save you a little bit of trouble and things. It's a very good place for history reflection. Kura Hollanda Museum is one of Curaçao in the West Indies, the most important cultural landmarks located within the restored buildings of Kura Hollanda Village in Atrobabana. I had to work hard to get that one earlier when I was practicing. Founded in 1999 by Dutch philanthropist Jacob J. Dekker, the museum was created to confront the history of transatlantic slave trade with honesty and depth while placing it within a broader global context. Set across several historic buildings once a part of slave trading posts, the museum moves through galleries covering early human origins of West African empires, Mesopotamian artifacts, and Caribbean culture. the setting itself adds another layer of experience where the culture or where the architecture, becomes part of the history. Now, what do y'all think about that? And then Kosovo is one of the great places you can find a lot of great history of African cultures and West Indies.
Where is it?
Kosovo.
It's in the West
Curacao?
Indies.
Curacao. I'm sorry, Curacao. Yeah, Rockies. I knew
I
it was
was
wrong.
wondering where he was saying. I was like, I never heard of that place. Okay, so Curacao.
Curacao.
Okay,
Curacao.
that's
Curacao.
interesting because I'm going there in August, so I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah, Curacao is one of the lovely places and things like that. I like honestly, it's one of the great places. Honestly, if you have to leave America, that's one of the great places honestly to go. It is very welcoming. Let's see. Miss Chain thought it was a Maui, Maui, I think she was, and
It's
then
pretty.
yeah, yep, it's very rich places and stuff like that. I saw they had a video webcam out there one time. It wasn't working recently. I needed to go back and check, but there's a lot of great history there. Marcus J says very interesting. First, he heard of this place. I'm sorry, I thought you mentioned this place before. Sorry, bro. West Indies is the slave. Yes, West Indies is the slave name from the Caribbean. She got a point. That is a slave name.
Excuse me.
I do not remember. It was the original name. I do not remember, but I thought it was Mesopotamia area, and culture and stuff like that. But it's a lot of great things over there. And just
Mm.
think it was just right here. Ghana, Mendi, Fulani, Sergo, all the original names of things. And this is the trade long before the trade route, long before obviously colonization. And this is a great culture and information. Trust me, this is one of those places that obviously you got to wear shoes, but I would want to take my shoes off to walk in that place because it's just so beautiful. You don't want to mess up the culture and the artifacts and stuff like that. This is just it's gorgeous there. But please, anybody, take out. I'm going to post a link in the chat because I want people to really take a look at the history. Sit down and show your children and let them know what's going on out there in the world and things like that, because it's very, very important that we stay on top of these things and such. So just wanted to throw that one out there and such. So we are at the end of the show and things. I'm not going to keep everybody any longer and stuff because I know people got time to go earn that money, count that bills. So before we go and I close out, Miss Walston, your thoughts?
Had a great time during the show tonight. It was really, really fun, Stephen. Right? I learned new words like cap, and I'm excited about that. I also know not to say them aloud, so they won't get me or mess up my own personal swag. So, but I thank you for the lessons today. I do, right?
Oh my gosh!
And I want you to continue to treat my best queen in the world like the jewel she is, because I want her to walk on top of your head if you keep on playing with her. Yeah.
The sad problem is I'm really close and right down the street. So I got about a 10
like
minutes.
Literally.
I got about a 10, 15.
You know how they say pull up? I'm a pull up.
The sad part.
That's not cap. And that's not cap.
You
Exactly.
You know what? See, first of all, these videos how they had cap was used. I first heard the word cap in the music video probably in 2001, 2002. So it's been out for a few.
Same time you saw them EBT cards in the videos, because that gotta be.
Okay. Miss Chains is going to be here next week and join us and stuff like that. So she got next and things like that. I did tell Miss Chain that she hadn't been on in a while, and I know a lot of people were asking, and y'all were asking. So she said she's going to come on the show next week in the next week and things like that. So we got
thank you. I'm waiting.
See, this was fine. Silk, what do you think of the show, the format today? Did you like it?
As always, I enjoy having these conversations, and sometimes you need a good laugh. I'm glad to see my brother Marcus J out there, and for the people who tune in, just giving us a minute of your time, because time is the one thing that you can't get back. So I'm always thankful for that. I really have to sit with you and see where do you dig these videos and things up from, because I just don't even begin to understand. But besides that, I'm gonna call Jamal Bryan when we get off this line and ask him what he think I should do next. Because since he is the leader of the people, I want to just make sure that I'm in compliance, that I'm not out of order.
Well, Ben Crumb might have something to say about it too. So
I cannot.
Marcus, I'm going to extend this invitation out publicly since he's watching and things like that. Marcus J, you also are welcome to come in next week. Let us know if you're going to come in next week. If you got some time Thursday at 7 p.m. and things, if you available to come, we would love to have you. I was going to give you a call, but I'm going to call you out publicly right now and things like that. Miss Chang, she says a lot of research. I'm sorry that I love to read and things like that. I don't read who's marrying who's dating who got a child by who. I read out like information of Black culture around the world and things. Listen, I got some things going on, some Black businesses that was fighting and trying to get some loans and money from the government in Taiwan. I was going to go over that, but I said, that might be too much for some people. So hey, I love our cultures all around the world and here. So there's that.
Every time he says that, I hear Lisa Stanfield song, Been Around the World. Exactly. I keep hearing that every time he says that.
Well, I like, being a world traveling things, the first thing I love to do is like find out where I'm at, who's around, where's the emergency services. Then the next thing is, where are my people at? So I can see what's going on and celebrate and things like that. And they all look at me like it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand that most of the people that travel is either their one-time event, their bucket list of one-time event, they got a chance to travel. They're military. They're usually rich business people or executives or something like that, or some famous athlete or movie star, things like that. And typically sometimes more personalities. They don't get to see the everyday person that's just there for work or just traveling, and they see me and they're like, what the heck, you don't act like that on TV? And I'm like, no, I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even know half the dang rap videos that was out there they were asking me about. I'm just like, I couldn't tell you and things like that. So I'm like,
no, we find that hard to believe.
They're like, oh, do you know 50 Cent? No, I don't know 50 Cent. Like everybody. Oh yeah, have you been back then? It was popular back then. Did you go to a Diddy party? No, and I danced with Sugar Grateful. I did say no damn too. So it's just crazy. But in closing, before I let you go, let me leave you with this charge. Family, we got to do better. Not the government, not the algorithm that what try to tell you what it is, not TikTok, but us. We have to do better. Our people of color have to do better. And now, all of us, our Black, our Asian, our, Hispanics, a whole bunch of stuff. We definitely got to do better. Watch how you speak to each other. That's your brother. That is your sister. The same mouth good man upstairs gave you the bill of is stop using it to bury your own. And more importantly, bury yourselves, because you're the only one that can stop yourself. Literally. We type things online that we never say to face. I know I do. And now I think people want to still punch me, but still, I'm willing to say it to your face. Put some respect back. When they say put that respect back to your name, I need you to put some respect back to your fingertips. Glorify each other. Put, when one of us wins, say something. One of the things I always do, I try to share. Some get mad at me. I don't care anymore. You post a new picture of yourself on Facebook, I'm going to post that new picture of yourself, your profile picture. I'm sharing it. You're my friend, I share it. You got a new business deal, I share it. Your kid's birthday, I share it. Somebody got an A, I share it. Somebody got a nice new outfit for the prom or whatever, I'm sharing it. You glorify because I don't understand why even people get mad, because the first thing everybody says, oh, nobody likes, comments, and share. I do. Then you want to get mad. You can't have it both ways. When one of us builds, pour into it. Literally, we are so quick to tear it down for the very things we ought to be protecting: our businesses, our banks, our institutions, our people. You cannot burn the house down, then complain that you're cold. Literally. And take care of that. Take care. It's summer. It's hot out there. Drink the liquids. Take care of your body. Get your pressure checked. Go get your numbers. Rest is not laziness. Rest is resistance. I saw a post. The second half of the year doesn't mean you got to go continue to run the race. You're also allowed to rest as well. You can't pour from an empty cup, and I'm one of the biggest uh, people in the world that commit that crime all the time. And you can't, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't fight for tomorrow if you don't make it to tomorrow. Let me repeat that. You cannot fight for tomorrow if you don't make it to tomorrow. So support each other. Not one of us has to carry it alone. None of us all have the answers, but we definitely don't have to carry it alone. You know why we're all working so hard? Because too many of us are working by ourselves. Okay, Jane. Miss Jane says we celebrate our wins and our memories. Amen. And yeah, okay, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. But many of us are working too hard, and sometimes we get stuck in these situations that we have no choice. But we also got to find a way to get out of it as well. 10 hands make the low light. So find your people. Find a way to be somebody else's people as well. Do better. Be better. Speak life and build up and live long. I'll see you next Thursday. Marcus J, I don't know if you heard my question, but if you can join, please, I appreciate it. This is Mr. LP and Live in Global Media. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please always feel free to email us. We're here in Liven, ENLIVENGM at gmail.com. We're always willing to answer any questions, comments, concerns. We'd love to have you. Also, we appreciate any support that you can do, with us. It takes a lot to keep it going. Like I said in the sign, also takes my lunch money. So I need some help and things like that. So our cash app is $IMMRLP. At sign for Venmo, and Zelle is our email. So we definitely could use all the support. We have our NASCAR races coming up also this year. Only one time in Richmond this year, but we're looking to get to Martinsville, Daytona, and Vegas if possible. And really important because I'm literally, and I can honestly say this, I'm literally the only outlet in this country that's going out trying to not just cover the races, but also the Black experience in these races and our people of color, and not just about the drivers and things like that, but the people that attend the races, the mechanics, the nurses, the workers, everything that goes along in it. And I think it's something important. Part of this is also the fact that I'm part of the Wendell Scott family, the first Black NASCAR driver to win in NASCAR. But these things are important. Technology, AI, STEM, all these other things that affect our culture is involved in NASCAR, or not just NASCAR, but in motorsports in general. So it's very important that we get involved in things like that. So yes, I do post it and pin it. Yes, I will definitely do it. I thank everybody. Any questions, comments, concerns? Did I forget anything, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no problem. Stay with me, but everybody else, thank you so very kindly. May you have a great and blessed day. Be good, everybody. Bye bye.